So we're pretty stoked to be looking at 8 vintages of Leconfield Cabernet here, stretching back the entire tenure of Paul Gordon as the winemaker. It's just got heaps of sweet fruit, loads of acid and structure. It's still very much alive and singing.
We've seen a big jump just in terms of intensity, greater emphasis on sweet fruit.
And where the O2 might be at its best right now, the O4's really got a lot more life ahead of it.
I love this O9 for all of the reasons you should love aged Cabernet. That rich, mouth-filling goodness, the lift on the nose, the structure that's telling you, hey, I ain't done with you.
You can see it's starting to soften, but really it's all still primary young fruit characters there. So I reckon in another 5 years' time we'll start to see a bit of leatheriness and a bit of earthiness, and start to get that nice mix of fresh upfront fruit and the older characters. It's got heaps of fruit, but it's really, it needs I reckon another hour at least to open up properly. And the tannins are just a little bit less fine than most of the other wines. Lovely wine, but I don't like it as much as the rest of them.
This 11 is every bit as good a flag bearer as any of
It's
these
an
other wines.
absolute belter, blue fruits and perfume. I think it's probably the best wine in the lineup actually. What's meant to be a horrible vintage, it's complex and elegant, beautiful fruit, great structure. It's a perler.
Hello.
Changed my mind. I like the 2012 more. It's stack of fruit, amazing structure and elegance, class.
We're just starting to see the arrival of that nice Juby character in there.
The fruit is, it's just absolutely fantastic. It's just a little bit finer figured than the 2012. It's still got fantastic intensity of fruit and structure and acid, and it's it's just an absolutely delicious wine. I don't know if it's going to be as good a wine as the 12 and the 13, that's probably a bit early to say, but it's still certainly bloody lovely. Very expressive nose, heaps and heaps of fruit, really generous.
I mean, this is why I love this industry, and I love wine. Stylistically, this is all fairly similar, but we can see a winemaker really getting on top of his craft along the way.
Yeah, and it challenges that notion that big is better too, because the wines as they go along, in fact, become more intense in fruit, but they're not bigger wines. But because of that, the fruit's actually on the show. You get to look at all of it, you get to taste all of it.
Exactly.
And it's amazing to see the difference the air makes too. The wine might be so too, which when we first opened it, looked brown and a bit tired and a bit muddy. But poured it into the beer jug over there in the corner, back into the bottle, and let it sit there for about an hour, and it looked better. And we came back to it half an hour after that, and it was looking better again.
The baseline for all of this stuff is fruit, structure, tannins, responsible amount of beautiful acidity, balance, and complexity, both in young and old. Fantastic.